So, am I live now? Let's hope I'm live. 1, 2, 1, 2. Am I live? Am I not live? Anybody out there? One, two, 1, 2. Am I there? Am I not there? So, okay, with some technical difficulties on my end and on the internet shit thing, so I really do need to buy a new modem apparently. Yeah, let's go on to the mix again. So, let's go to DJ Smurf.
Good evening, everybody. This is your man, or your boy, DJ Smurf from Newcastle, England. That's right, England. And we are on CSR Legends of Terror. I hope everybody's staying safe and we can beat this fucking corona daft thing and get partying soon enough, man. We've been locked up far too long, especially here in England. So, this is a Smurf core set for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Choose life, choose a job, choose a career, choose a family, choose a fucking big television, choose washing machines, cars, compact displays and electrical tin openers. Choose good health, low cholesterol and dental insurance. Choose fixed interest mortgage repayments. Choose a starter home. Choose your friends. Choose leisure wear and matching luggage. Choose a 3-piece suite on hire purchase and a range of fucking fabrics. Choose DIY and wondering who the fuck you are on a Sunday morning. Choose sitting on that couch watching mind-numbing, spirit-crushing game shows, stuffing fucking junk food into your mouth. Choose rotting away at the end of it all, pissing your last in a miserable home, nothing more than an embarrassment to the selfish, fucked-up brats that you've spawned to replace yourselves. Choose your future. Choose life.
For my next number, I'd like to return to the classics. Perhaps the most famous classic in all the world of music. And yet, for some strange reason, I've been told that I'm the only DJ to ever play this number at
200 BPM.
Two types of people in the world: those who love cocaine and those who have never tried it.
sold on the rope and I don't do coke. I'm not sold on the rope and I don't do coke.
Don't do coke.
shall I rock thee? Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bass is open, the party is jumping. I got the rhymes to keep your body pumping, to keep you rocking. That's what I intend. It ain't number one on the switchy agenda. I'm gonna break it down so you can see the skillful way I recite my poetry. Quick as a flash, I pop up on the scene, break out the Casio and the drum machine. Got to get busy 'cause I know I'm down. As I tap into my instrument, this funky sound, wrong to make your body start to perspire. As I turn the volume up higher and higher, grab my JVC, pump it up and say, have a down. So take a minute and wipe your sweat, but don't lose your tissue 'cause I'm not done yet. I'll jump on the stage, the crowd will come swarming, as soon as the bass bottoms my beat will come storming in. Like a beast breaking out of his cage, pursuing eardrums with a deadly rage. Cold kicking ass, a blast from the past. First in line, all you weak ones all last. I'm dancing all over to say the least. And if I want to be conceited, I am myself cheap. Ace lady rapper, cold queen of hip hop. Have the people stomping to my beat, you bet. Just getting busy, I'm telling you, baby. Take it as a promise, no ifs, ands, or maybes.
Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Bacon. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon.
Let your feet stomp. Feel the beat and your feet start stamping. Feel the beat and your feet start stamping. Feel the beat and your feet start stamping. Let your feet stomp. Feel the beat and your feet start stamping. Feel the beat and your feet start stamping. Feel the beat and your feet start stamping. Let your feet stomp.
Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. 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 Running them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal. Up tempo, I'm on a roll. It's time to go solo. Cooking bacon. Cooking MCs like a pound of 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 bacon. MCs like a pound of bacon. Cooking 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 MCs like a pound of bacon.
samurai, and I'll be damned if I ever let a Fisher Price MC hang. The rhyme's a toy, not the boy yin yang. Do it for battle on the microphone. Bring your own casket in tombstone, and I'ma preach your funeral. Tell me who in the world could ever come with more.
Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon.
Right? Yeah. Lovely bloke, started being a fucking dirty bastard in the back of the car and got his fucking dick out. So I got in the back with him, we were fucking like mental. It was absolutely lovely. I was coming, having a massive fucking orgasm. As I'm banging up and down on him, I've come down hard and I think I've killed him. I fucking broke his cock. I fucking come down, it's fucking bent in half, it's fucking snapped, he's fucking screaming in agony. And I'm like, gutted actually, because I wanted to drain his fucking bollocks and I was looking forward to a few more orgasms.
Taxi!
Wake up! Jump in!
That's it. Oh, fuck me, yes.
Oh, wait. Shit. What happened there?
I've hurt myself. I've really hurt myself.
What you done?
It's that.
I fucking broke his cock.
poke his cock. I just want to kiss it better for him.
And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed that DJ Smurf Core set. That was a set of all my tunes. If you want to know the track list, then get in touch with me on my Facebook page or email at smurf@ggmdigital.com. Stay safe, my friends, now and forever. One time.
And that was an awesome mix by DJ Smurf. So to introduce you guys, here to my left is Stinger, and here beneath me is Smurf. So it's once again a new show here on Legends of Terror. So yeah, we definitely need our dose of bloodbath terror stories. So Glenn, let's start with you. That was a really awesome mix. Lots of Smurfcore as usual. Can you tell something about the mix?
Well, there was 2 brand new tunes in that mix there. First one was I'm starting a new project called the Rave Bomber, which is basically where Smurfcore died and Smurfcore rised again, or whatever happened.
It has been risen.
So, that's the one, yeah. Speak better English than me. So the Rave Bomber project is going to be me sort of remixing sort of old school rave tunes from the mid-90s. So the first Rave Bomber track I done maybe 3 years ago was an old Bonsai record called Mayday Dream. I put a Frenchcore kick over that and it went down pretty well. I gave that away for free. Then I done 2 different remixes of Dominator. Did I do something else as well? I done a remix of Scott Brown of one of his old tracks called Get Busy Time, but I'm not quite sure if I'd done that under Rave Bomber or not. I done a remix of this guy called Neurotech from Newcastle, a track called Cocaine. I done a remix of that under Rave Bomber. These have all been mostly sort of Frenchcore versions I've put, like Frenchcore kicks I put on top of the old school melodies. The second track I mixed tonight was a remix of an old Scottish classic called Soap on a Rope by the Rhythmic State, which was a big, massive tune in Scotland back in 1994 and 1995 at the big resurrection parties. I put a Frenchcore kick on that. I started the new Rave Bomber track today, which I won't mention yet. And when I do these tracks, I do get in touch with original artists and see if I can release them officially. I got no reply from Bonsai, so I put the Mayday Dream out for free. Dominator, I couldn't get that officially released because is it Armin van Buren? He owns the rights to Dominator now. So Guido, the guys from Main Resource, couldn't approve the remix, so that went out for free.
Ah, that's sad.
The remix of Cocaine by Eurotech was an official release, so that one was up for sale. The new track of the remix of the Mixed State, that's an official remix, and that's on Bandcamp at the moment, GGM Digital Bandcamp, exclusively for 2 weeks, and that'll be released on all digital platforms on the 21st.
Oh, nice.
And there was another new track in the mix there called It's My Beat. I tried to do a sort of 1994-ish 220 BPM sort of gabberish track. Or you may call it terror now, but it was just gabber back then. So that's coming out on I think it's coming out on some new Scottish record label where they're releasing sort of updated versions of all Scottish bouncy hardcore tracks.
Yeah.
And they asked me to do something fast for that release, and I think that's going to come out on a USB stick.
It's come out on a USB stick. Oh, that's
better than a cassette.
Yeah.
That is really lame, or not? Be honest now. Why would you ever buy a cassette? I know people buy them and put them on the shelf, like, oh, I have a cassette.
Oh, it is visual artwork. In a certain scene that I am also in, there they also sell cassettes. Of course, you get the digital download code for it as well. But it's you can put something on the wall or on a table stand or something like that.
You know that it's music, right?
That's
it's
music.
the same when you buy a record without having a record player. You just want to hang it on your wall.
I have 2 records and I don't have a record player.
You probably got them for free, so that doesn't matter.
One of them I actually bought.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. Was it because it was going to be a collector's item? Because then I understand.
It is definitely a collector's item.
Now I'm curious. There's probably a picture disc. CSR 13, I guess.
This is a collector's item, right?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a few of them here in stock, though. I still have them here in my thing for sale.
Yeah, but there are autographs on this one, so this is definitely a collector's item.
Yeah, this is a collector's item, definitely.
I only missed one from Interest Factor. Then I have all the autographs.
Okay. Oh no, I think by the way, all those records that I said from the Japan one that you have went to Ultimate House Merchandise, and he's selling them now.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember with the last party, I brought all the sale vinyls to that location. But I still have a lot of vinyls, but they have like marks on them a little bit, and maybe the sleeve is a bit broken. So I could not bring them. I could only bring the really good ones.
Yeah.
So I still have like this big of a row of records of CSR.
Damn.
Lots of double ones, but not really clean and shit. So.
Oh.
Because Ian had the bad habit of always taking records, new records from his stock if he couldn't find one. So he always took one, put it in his record bag, and started playing, and with his greasy fingers on it when he had to drink something. And then later at home, it was on a big pile of records, and then it ended back in the thing, in the, how do you call it in English? Cupboard, closet? We call it closet.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, you have all these records that have marks on them. So.
Yeah, I do can understand why people want to have good records, because bad records are not able to sell, I guess.
Well, if you buy that liquid stuff, Smurf probably has it, or I don't know if he still has records, but you can buy like an Okinoki or something for like, I don't know how much they are, 50 euros maybe, and you can buy liquid and you can wash your own records, and then you have a thing that you can put on the sticker, like it's like a thing that you put on the sticker to protect it, and then you just turn the record, and it has like liquid in there, and all kinds of stuff. I think not alcohol, but other things, and then you just hang it in a rack to dry.
Seen that, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some spray stuff that I spray on my records before I rip them. I've still got about, I think I've got about 150 records to go to rip, and then once I clean them, once I rip them, make sure the rip's clean. Maybe put a little bit extra EQ on it, a little bit of boost, and I'll just put all the records on Discogs to sell.
Okay, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, I've kept all the sort of special tracks that are like Nassenbluten type stuff.
Yeah, like if you would sell the mouse records or something, that would give you 500 euros or something.
Oh yes, I sold all them about 3 or 4 years ago. I put all the early sort of 90s Frenchcore stuff on Discogs, and I was getting like £120, £150 for some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty shit as well.
Ah, okay.
We have a lot of French friends, of course, like Fist of Fury, La Peste, and all these things, and those records are really difficult, the tracks especially, because you cannot play them everywhere, and the prices are insane when you sell them. If like I got some like a record from Fist of Fury on HIV is the label called, Hardcore Intuitive Virus. And there's this record on there called Manifest. No, what is it? Tribute to Manifest. It's like this record with a woman on the toilet with a gun in her mouth, and that record was selling for like 500 euros. That's crazy.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. That Singers Under the Acid Rain, also by Fist of Fury, on some sub-label from Hunger Liquid. Phantasm or something? Yeah, Phantasm.
Phantasm, yeah.
Yeah, it was also 500 euros. That's crazy. The GTI record from Gangster Tunes Industries, that Camel Track or Sweet and Fast, you know those two records? Also 300-400 euros back then. Now they're a little bit cheaper, maybe 200, 150, but it's still, I think it's a lot of money for a record that is like really bad quality and sound, you know, because the pressings are terrible.
Really quiet then, aren't you? Really quiet, the GTI pressings, because they've got about 12 or 15 tracks on each side, haven't they? So the pressing's really quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to rip that camel track, for instance, you need a lot of limiting and boosting and compressing, or else it won't work.
Yeah, one of my GI tracks as well.
There he is.
I've got like
Okay.
We're waiting.
Oh,
There we
here he
go.
is.
Is the
Terrorist?
man of the hour.
There's a lot of sun in that room, eh? There's a lot of sunlight in there.
It's raining.
So that's why you're wearing your glasses.
Yeah, I wear my sunglasses at night. so I can. The blinding.
You look like Oliver Chesler.
Yeah, he does,
that's
doesn't he?
the
And the guy from Catfish.
Let me take you into the future. Deep into a different time.
You are on a train to Frankfurt.
So apparently DJ
There's a
Candy Core
man
is
giving a
asking for treats, so I am going to grab my treats and just
dead.
feed the cat. So, guys, continue talking. I am gonna grab some treats for the cat.
Well, that actual record by... Oh, that's a coincidence. Here. It's like...
You got it. There.
I think it's called Dark Germany or something.
Yeah.
There's a man telling his speech. You listen to his speech.
The man is dead.
Yeah. What was it? It says, you are a secret agent of the new direction. You are delivered a diskette to Frankfurt. You are on a train to Frankfurt.
He's a funny character, Oliver Chesler. I've been in many after parties with him. Oliver Chesler is a funny guy.
Yes, he's a friendly guy. He's also when I asked him to do the vocals for the vinyl with Neurotic, he said, "Oh, no problem." And then he sent me all these vocals that were like clipping plus 6 dB, and it's like, it's like, man, I cannot work with this. He said, "Yeah, well, then leave it then." He said, "No, I'll work with it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I remember I was on a Nordcore party in Hamburg in Germany in the early 2000s, and went back to the butcher's house in Hamburg.
Oh, from Nordcore.
And I think it was about 3 of us that stayed up all night drinking. I must have drank about 3/4 of a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I was like, oh. It was about 11:30 in the morning. I was like on the chair like that at this table, and all of us like, Smurf, what time's your flight? I'm like, 1 o'clock.
Oh, I know.
He's like, oh man, you better leave. I was like, oh, fucking hell, man. I got to the airport. I was still pissed at the airport. I went to the, Helly Hansen, that clothing brand, German clothing brand.
Yeah, definitely.
At a Helly Hansen store in the airport. It's like, oh, that coat, that jacket looks nice. Bought this jacket. It was about 200 euros or something. Like, yeah, I'll have this jacket. A nice woolly jumper. That's about 120 euros. Like, yeah, I'll buy that, yeah. Got them home. 2 days later, when I eventually woke up sober, I put them on and like extra large.
Yeah.
But like 3 or 4 sizes too big for me. The stupid clothing that I bought. Massive jacket. I had to give it to me dad.
Where there goes your 200 euros.
I know, yeah, bloody hell, man.
Your story with Bodley, and you're on the bus. You got off, and then you see Bodley driving off on the back of the bus.
Yeah, that was coming back from when I was staying in Holland after a party, and my friend Bodley from England, Newcastle, he used to come to some loads of terror parties with me in the early 2000s. Used to take his video camera and video the whole party and called himself the Geordie Gabba Travellers.
Geordie Gabba Travellers.
This guy Boddy. Boddy was a funny guy. He's still going around now. He's a bit of hippie now. He's got a big beard and he's into magic mushrooms and growing mushrooms and sort of edible chocolates and all that, chocolates. Anyway, we're coming back on the bus from Haarlem to Schiphol in Amsterdam Airport. And Boddy was sitting on the back of the bus. I was sort of sitting at the side, both like falling asleep, a little bit tired. The bus pulls up outside Schiphol Airport. I get off the bus. I turn around, the bus pulls away. I'm like, Bodley, where are you? All I could see was the back of his head on the bus like that. I'm like, oh no. And it was back in the days where I think we had mobile phones, but I'm not sure if Bodley had a mobile phone or not. I can't remember now. But anyway, he disappeared. And I went to the pub inside Schiphol Airport. Had me pint of cider there, pint of Magna cider. Then Buddy comes stumbling, "You fucking cunt! You just left us on the bus, man! You just left us on the bus." He goes, "What happened? What happened?" He goes, "Oh, I woke up 2 stops away, and I think there was some football fans going to the football game with Ajax scarves or something on, and they woke him up. They said, 'Oh, your friend has just left you.' He's like, 'You're a fucking cunt.'" So he got off the bus, and he managed to get a bus back to the airport, and he made the flight. Funny old Bodley.
A similar
Hear
thing.
from
I
him
think
now?
Ian remembers that when I was in England and I
Yeah,
was there on a party bar for a techno bitch fucker or something.
I was gonna let you tell that one. I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up or not.
I really can't give you all the details because it's really, I would talk bad about some people, and I am on good feet with them again.
Just don't talk bad at people in general.
That it was really a struggle to get to the airport, and because you had to take a coach or something. And we don't have this in Holland because Holland is a small country. You just take one train, and that's the one to Schiphol, and then you're finished. But in England, you have to take a coach, and if you miss that coach, there's not another one going. Yeah, in an hour or something. And with Schiphol, you can take one every 15 minutes. Then I got stuck on the airport for like 8 hours. And I didn't know what to do, and I bought a Discman from some dodgy store, and there was no dance music. I was like, okay, then I'll get the Metallica album or something. I was listening to And Justice for All album for 8 hours, getting more depressed.
Should have bought some mustard.
What's that? Oh no.
Should have bought some more mustard.
Yeah.
They didn't have like a Hacker for Kids or something like that?
No, it was in England, so they don't have
No, then they definitely don't have Hacker for Kids.
Hacker for Kids.
Hacker for Kids.
Was that Stansted Airport you had to go to?
What's that?
Was that Stansted Airport you had to go to?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was a
'cause I
terrible
think
airport. It was really small.
Yeah, I think the party was in London, and Stansted's about an hour and a half on the train or something. So I could imagine it's about 2.5 hours on the bus to Stansted.
Yeah.
That's not very nice. Being on the...
It was a party where I played with I think it was with Stu the Terrorist.
Yeah, Stu, yeah.
We played together, and also with Sonic Overkill played there, and lots of breakcore guys like Sick Boy and Electric Kettle. But yeah, I can say that there were some problems at the party with the electricity. So me and Stu were playing, but I had a chaos pad, but with the Dodge voltage. So every time when I touched the pad, the electricity went out, and I didn't tell them, but I knew every time I was pressing it, the whole area was like black. You know, it's like.
Lipstick.
It was a club with black walls, so you didn't see shit. And then Stu was like, "Oh, come on, it's more black than at my funeral." You know, because he was an undertaker or something. He used to do that work, right? Like working with dead people.
Oh, really?
If I remember it well, he was an undertaker or something. What was it, Ian? He did something with funerals.
No, I don't remember that part of it. Could have been something I'd remember. Just knew Stu the Terrorist.
Yeah, I made a joke of it that it said terrorist instead of terrorist. I thought it was kind of clever, but
yeah, the terrorist like that.
Oh, okay. So now it occurs with terrorist.
Yeah.
So like, that's the sugar, salt. That's the salt, sugar.
Yeah, exactly. That was really funny. That's a nice story to tell, though, because it's Smurf, though.
And definitely
we
not
played in England, but we
on
played
the record.
in England at Stu's house, and then Cat was spanking Smurf's ass with a belt.
It's on video somewhere. It was on video somewhere.
YouTube. It's definitely on YouTube.
You're watching the computer and something falls.
You can share
Yeah. You knew on the video was the official video for Exposure King. was me getting whipped with that belt.
Oh yeah.
But that was in the visuals.
It is, yeah. It's sort of the official video for Exposure King. I think it's on your channel.
Yeah. I don't even know what's in there anymore.
Hey, by the way, guys, did you already had like some bookings in the last couple of days, weeks, or?
Yeah, I did. Two.
Sarah did.
I had 2 of them.
Damn. Which parties?
Same festival, but 2 days. The Harmony of Hardcore.
Oh, okay. How was it?
But, it was stressful, in my opinion, because for me it was not a problem. I'm totally vaccinated, so I don't care. But my girlfriend wasn't, and she had to test for entrance. She chose to do it on the same day, so on a Saturday. So she got to get up early and take the jab in her arm, and then we went to the party. The thing is that the corona, the paper you get when you're like tested is valid for 40 hours, and you could leave after the party and come back the day after. What if you get corona when you eat macaroni at your grandma or whatever, where, you know? You can still get it and bring it to the party the day after, because the same paper is valid the day after. So
Okay, so that's how it works.
yeah, you could do a test, but the test is valid for 40 hours.
Okay, but like I said, okay, that's really tricky and pretty dangerous then.
It is,
actually.
but it's the government's fault, because well, it's not the government's fault, not this time. The government we have an outbreak team in the Netherlands, and that gives the government advice on what to do and stuff regarding COVID. And what they did was the government said, hey, but this is too dangerous. Why is it valid for 40 hours and not 24 hours? No, it's going to be fine. All the numbers are low. There's less people in the IC, which is true. But now all these young people are infected. The infected rate has gone up. Like, first we had 800 people. Was it cases of new COVID in one day? And now it's 8,000.
Yeah, there's such a huge rise in the last few days.
10 times as much. Come on.
Tom CSR is saying, is there an incubation period? Yeah, there is, but a lot of people don't even care. So that is the biggest problem.
The incubation period depends on the person. I know people that got COVID and after 2 days they already got really sick. And there's also people that don't have any symptoms. And there's also people that get it in 2 weeks later. So there's no really, I think there is no standard incubation time for everybody. I think it depends on the body. I could be mistaken though. I could be mistaken. But now there is
but still, I don't really care if somebody gets vaccinated or not. But it's more like take your how you call that word? Verantwoordelijkheid.
Responsibility?
Take your own responsibility. If you're not vaccinated, stay home. If you have symptoms, stay home. Whatever. Even if you're vaccinated, if something, stay home. But
and for me, I don't care. I'm vaccinated. So
no, it's not that it's not vaccinated. But a lot of people, they also say they're vaccinated, but they also can carry. But instead of just waiting a little bit longer, people just want to party. They want to go out, and I don't know. It's it's like for people like me. Yeah, I am not able to go out to party yet because this is happening again. So yeah.
But did you know? I think you know it, Joe. That IDNT is suing the government.
Yeah.
You can laugh about it, but now already 30 organizations are behind them. So they're doing a massive lawsuit or a massive thing for the government, because the government made a lot of crucial mistakes. Even our prime minister apologized for doing these stupid things. But because of those apologies, he basically admitted it now. So I think in court of law, you can work with this because he admitted it. he made mistakes, and he shouldn't have. The lockdown shouldn't be over like a few weeks ago. I know it's terrible for me because now then I couldn't play, but now a lot of other people can't play. So it's like Mysteryland was supposed to be 2-3 days or something, and that is not going to work out if the restrictions are still that high.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, let's just hope that this is the end of it. I don't think it is, but I'm hoping that this is the end of it. So
On Friday there's the lawsuit. There's the hearing. So let's hope for the best. I'm behind them though. I totally agree with IDT. And that's basically because I know that there is COVID. I'm not denying it, or else I wouldn't have been vaccinated. And but there's also all those people that were thinking they could organize their parties, and they had permission by the government to do it, and they didn't even say no, it's your own risk. No, so now I think the government should give them a refund, or at least help them out with the costs. You know.
because I did heard a story like that they went to parties and they came with fake I call it fake proofs.
Yeah, it's not possible. It's not possible because you itself it says.
Sorry, one time we didn't heard you.
Hey, when you get jab in your arm, the test.
Yeah.
You have to log in with your special ID thing, what we have in the Netherlands called the Digi ID, and from there on you get a QR code that is really on your name. So you have to show your ID card or your passport, and the QR code is linked to that.
Okay.
There's no way to come with a fake proof of entrance.
Okay, no, but there was I heard those stories that people were already faking it.
They probably tried and they probably got denied entrance.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Because
Somebody
it's
told
not
me as well
possible.
that people are sharing the QR codes.
No, because it's not possible because you have to show your ID card.
Ah, right.
And they will check the QR code that's linked to that ID card, and on your ID card is your pass photo. Your photo, so they will see like, hey, this is not you. You're a girl on this pass. What's going on? Now that's a bit exaggerated, but yeah.
I'm a
Like, Ian
transgender.
could do it, though, because he looks like Oliver. He could take Oliver's card.
Well, that's going to make every time somebody gets into an event, they've got to show the barcode and the ID and all. That's going to take people a long time to get inside events.
Yeah, it takes a long time because I had to open up 2 days, and first day I hardly had any crowd, and the second day after 45 minutes there was it was really full. I don't know if you saw the video. Well, you saw the video, but yeah, it took 45 minutes for people to get in. On the first day, because we were basically talking about my booking, I don't know why we went side. I was playing in some kind of bumper cars, so it was like an area with those like a bumper cars area, and that sound was, with all due respect, it wasn't the best. And the other area, what I switched with on the Sunday, was an area from the old school gangsters area.
Do you maybe have like some kind of ducking thing in your microphone because you keep falling away?
Okay, that's weird. And maybe I'm too far away from the mic. Or...
Relax.
Does it work now?
Maybe you should eat your microphone. Maybe then it works.
Does it work now?
Yeah.
Maybe I should turn up the sensitivity, and now?
Yeah, talk along, I would say.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
Bumper cars.
Bumper cars.
Bumper cars. Okay, the area was in the bumper cars area. That was on the first day. And the second day, we switched areas with old school gangsters. Is that okay now, the sound? Or
Yeah, the sound is now great. Yeah.
Okay. So we switched areas, and on Sunday it took 45 minutes for the crowd to come to the area because they didn't know, because it was not announced. So they had to look up the area. It was on the Millennium Mountain, like a big mountain, and there's like areas. And yeah, that was a really good set.
Okay, awesome.
I didn't shot any footage of the first day though, because that was really terrible. Well, I have, but it's not worth to share, you know.
Okay, but what we can share is a set that you have done for today's show. As we already have been talking for quite some time, I think now it's time for your mix. So I'll say everybody enjoy the mix of the Stinger selection.
Yo. It's been a while since we did a show. Yeah, I'm happy to do another 30 minutes mix. I can only play a few records, of course. It will be some early stuff and some terror things. Yeah, basically stuff that I liked when I went to parties as a visitor. And yeah, without further ado, let's go.
Gee, happiness is really a hard thing to talk about because, well, it means something different to each of us. Happiness is having a sister, finding your sister, sharing a sister sandwich every now and then. And happiness is coming right in the middle of my face, right in a very special place.
Yo, hold the fucking levers, listen. Fuck is right.
outside. A snake keeps killing me shit on me so fast. I'm wondering how many times you guys fuck each other in the ass before the show. Do you have any intelligence? It's fun to bring your chairs back. Keep it on the real. One word, man. You gone, man. I had the 40 and I had the bitch right. And I had the blunt. And I didn't know what hand I should use for the bitch. Because I had one hand to hold my 40 and I had one hand for my blunt. So I just put the blunt in my mouth and I fondled my bitch with my right hand. And then I held my 40 with my left hand, right? You know what I'm saying? You gone, man.
I've made a change. In the rap, 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 I've made a change. A change that no other elder can claim. A change that no other elder can claim. Now what I've done will make you laugh, so don't you ever be offended by the word I pass. Change, a change that no other elder can claim. A change that no other elder can claim. Now what I've done will make you laugh, so don't you ever be offended by the word I pass. Change, a change that no other elder can claim. In the rap, I've made a change that no other elder can claim.
bitch. Run it down, bitch. Hostile, but we don't give a fuck. Speed it up. Run it down, bitch. Run it down, bitch.
that was a short mix with some of the favorites that I used to hear at the old parties. Kicked off with some drop bass and all that kind of stuff, D-boy, and then went on to what's that thing, rough beats or something? Yeah, that's rough beats, but of course Rob G, and also one by Delta 9. But that's not under his normal Delta 9 alias. I think it was the Chicago Hardcore Party. What is it? Yeah, I'm right again. The Chicago Hardcore Party Force, featuring DJ Dave, and that's Rough Beats 6. It's a nice record. A lot of variations on this. Yeah, and then build up the old Radium stuff on Psychic Genocide. And this is Psychic Genocide number 8. Yep. Okay, this is it for me this month. I don't know if you guys went to Harmony last weekend. I had a really great set there. It's a shame that the government is shutting everything down again, but we will be back. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
So that was an awesome mix by DJ Stinger. Woo! So Stinger, yeah, tell us a little side story about the mix. What was your inspiration to do a mix like that?
I didn't really have inspiration, to be honest. I felt like shit, and like I told you guys before, the day before, but I decided to do it anyway. I had some back problems, but I just thought that I wanted to make some combinations that were not too obvious. Of course, I played a few Rough Beats records. That's the sub-label by Industrial Strength. I said that in the outro, by the Chicago Hardcore Party Force, aka DJ Dave or Delta 9. I also played the Rob G one, the Get the Fuck Up. That's Ian's biggest hero, Rob G. And and the Radium one. But because we always talk during when you guys hear the set playing. Of course, we keep talking as well while the set is playing. You guys don't hear it, and we were having these topics and discussions, and we said, damn, this should have been the normal chat, And one of the topics we were talking about was dynamics in tracks. Like nowadays, it's a sport to go as loud as possible, and which compromises a lot of dynamics in tracks. And dynamics are, for instance, synth. You have a really nice synth, and then as soon as the kick drum incoming, it comes like.
Yeah, because the louder the better, right?
Yeah, and that's why, with all due respect, because everybody should do whatever they want. But with uptempo, you mostly hear screeches, because screeches are very high in range, in the spectrum. So it doesn't conflict with the sub.
The seals.
Yeah, but it's mostly a cranked up kick on 50 hertz, and that's also a lot of times where the synth lies, in that spectrum. And that's why when you have a 909 kicks, that's in A sharp. I think it's in A, and I'm talking about key. Because keys are really important in tracks. Back in the day, they didn't give a shit. They just, it sounds good, play it. But nowadays, everything needs to be in key. And a 909 kick, if I'm not mistaken, is in A sharp or A. And nowadays, the kicks are in G. So the whole spectrum shifted a little bit. So the sub goes a little bit further. It goes to 50 hertz. And back in the day, it was all over the place. Like, the track I played by Radium, the last track, that one is like one of the first tracks. I think it's Psychic Genocide number 8 or 9, I forgot. But that one is really a solid Frenchcore kick like they were in the past. And that was already leaning towards 50 hertz, but it still had, because it was on vinyl, it had a lot of room to breathe. So when you added more sounds, like a hi-hat, he used hi-hats, Radium, but also really strange artificial sounds, and they matched perfectly. But nowadays the kicks are so heavy in certain genres, like uptempo for instance, or industrial, that it's really so over the top loud that it's mostly about percussion. And yeah, I don't know, but I do have the opinion that the faster the tracks, the harder it is to add sounds. If you have a slower track, for instance 150 BPM, the track is slower, so you have more room between the kicks to add more sounds.
Yeah, like raw style, because raw style is
but
quite
it's
loud
basically
and
a
quite
slow
hard.
version- yeah, but it's still a slow version of up-tempo, be honest. You know, it's okay. But if you compare it to hardstyle, there's melodies in there with a kick.
Oh, by the
It's
way,
more clean.
this is to everybody out there that really likes raw style and up tempo. If you pitch up raw style from 150 to 200 BPM, then you have up tempo. So it's a little life hack.
I don't know about that because I don't know about that.
Yeah, I actually did it.
Yeah, well, it depends if you play it on if you put the MT on it, the function on, but then it loses a lot of transients, and I do agree. But up tempo, it doesn't have a lot of transient. It's more like a sub kick with a higher EQ. You know, that's how they make those peep kicks.
Yeah.
GPF does. Just picture a raw style track.
Yeah, but if you play it on the big system, the sub is really loud, but also the high is really loud. It's not my thing, but everybody should do whatever they want. It's another scene. The funny thing is, I call it entry-level terror, because most of those guys, I know a lot of those guys who started listening to up-tempo, they were really young and they heard their cousin or nephew listen to it and they got into it. And then later they found out that there was also a terror scene. And I spoke to a few people last weekend at my gig at Harmony of Hardcore, and they were really young, I think 16 or 17. And they said, yeah, I started with up-tempo and now I'm only going to the terror stage. So it's entry-level terror, in my opinion. Some people will stay because it is really good music to do the haka dance on, you know, up-tempo. It's the perfect speed. But I also noticed, and that's a good thing, is that DJs like Mad Dog, they started to make faster stuff as well now, and it's more leaning to early style. You know, it has the 909 again, and then he makes it also parts that it has more modern kick. I think Glenn knows those new tracks as well because we're basically still active DJs. I don't know what your opinion is, Glenn, about the new Mad Dog stuff. I think it's really awesome.
They've sort of been pretty good. Yeah, he sort of went back to the sort of millennium era with the harder kick drums, the more distorted 909s rather than the clop donkey feet type kick drums. Yeah, and just to go back to what you said earlier about up tempo being the sort of entrance music to terror. That's a bit. There's something I've said a while about even music over here in the UK. You've got sort of entry level music into the rave scene is like happy hardcore and like sort of happy hardcore remakes of like pop tunes. Mm-hmm. So you've got the young kids who like hear a pop tune, then you hear a more sort of extreme version of it, and like, oh, this is quite good. Oh, this is happy hardcore. So the kids
I never really thought about it. That up tempo, it is entry level for terror. It is actually quite good because.
Well, there's also sorry for interrupting.
No, it doesn't.
I'm notorious for that, but the thing is that there's also a lot of people that stay in that scene though. But there's like the more guys that like to go more in depth. Like we tell them, and that's what I also tell all the listeners now and the viewers. Go and dig into this huge catalog that we have from the 90s, and not just your average Thunderdome CD or. Yeah, take a CD like or an album like what's been taken over by it's called Terror Drome, not Thunderdome but Terror Drome, and it started with old Mokems. I think it was the first ones, and then the Germans took over because then I don't know why, but how that went, but maybe they sold it to Germans. But then old Nordcore went on it, old Laurent Heu, Speed Freak, all these guys. But those are really good albums to get into early terror, in my opinion. And like Gabber, that was maybe a bit too weird to put on Thunderdome. Thunderdome, everybody idolizes it. I do too, because I grew up with it. But to be honest, there's also a lot of stuff on it that was for Gabber means quite commercial. You know?
Yeah. Entry level.
You also had albums, I don't know if Smurf knows it or Ian, called Napalm Rave.
And Napalm Rave was quite hard, yeah. And them Terradrome CDs were actually quite hard as well.
Yeah, the Terradrome, but the first ones were early hardcore because it started also in like 95 or maybe 96. And the first tracks were like also Speed Freak because he was already connected to Mokum. But also, yeah, like BC Kid and stuff. But also, it was the period when Omar Santana started to come up. And of course, Lenny had a lot of track, like, what's the track? Power Dominion. Yeah. And and like what is it? Chosen Fuse alias, I think it was called Original Headbanger. Those tracks are really nostalgic, but a lot of people grow up and they get the CDs from the cousin or like nephew or niece and they listen to that. But just go on this old program called SoulSeek. You can still download it. It's a client. I think all the guys here still know it. It's still active. It's still active, and I still use
still
it.
going, bloody hell.
And even the old client is available. Even the old SoulSeek client is still available. It looks like Windows 95, the program, but it's so easy. The only thing I would advise to you, make a folder with tracks that you know that are bad enough to share. Like I'm not going to tell you to be a pirate, but just use old 90s tracks or vinyl rips or something, put them in a big folder because you need to share there. If you don't share and they find out, they will ban you, the user, where you download from, because it's a peer-to-peer program. So you download from other people, like LimeWire or whatever you used or Napster. But it still works. And if you go on SoulSeek, you get all these nostalgic, really hard to get tracks. Like if I look for acapellas for tracks, old hip hop acapellas, I always go on SoulSeek. It's the best.
It's there. Daft Minion asks, what about Tunnel of Terror?
Oh yeah, of course. No. But
that shit is hard.
But that's also that's an IDT release, and I love IDT. I even played on Thunderdome, and I love it. But all those tracks on there are already classics. Everybody knows DOA, everybody knows Kotzak, everybody knows Dano tracks. All those tracks became nostalgic because of those albums. But there were also a lot of albums by third-party labels.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Dev Minion is now back. He had a question before about what is a record that that it's what was that was worth it or that it's necessary.
Oh, it's essential. Ready to go there.
We already prepared for that. We already prepared.
Speedcore.
That's the Speedcore #1. It's a sub-label of Shockwave Records, and it's by Sonic Overkill. And that's on the first one. And also the Speedcore number 4. Yeah. Also, it's a brown picture disc, but there's also one with normal black. I think I have both. And that's really a must-have. Those tracks are iconic. I think one of them is on the Tunnel of Terror CD, and I think it's called Once Upon the Cross or something. A really fast one. I think it's called Once Upon the Cross by Berserker.
Another great one is that GFB and Rotello, the Berserk, I think it's called.
But that's not on Tunnel of Terror.
No, that's not. What is that? I don't know what label is that. It's Gabba from Berlin and Rotello. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
I think it's on. Is it Restroom Records? No.
Oh.
In alphabetic or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna search for this.
I think that one. I have it here though, because Ian gave it to me. But it's.
I think
wait, that must be. I think German, right? Gabba from Berlin. So let's see if I can find it. You guys keep talking and I'll just look for it.
I found Discogs.
Oh.
2007, GFB versus Rotello, the Berserk.
Geeks.
No, it's a German label, it says. Well, this may be this is a floppy disk. What the hell? Anyway, check for the actual record.
What?
That's what happens when you get to my age. You get a floppy disk.
What's the label name, Ian?
Oh, this is a floppy disk release.
Okay, but there must be another version as well. I'll keep looking.
Yeah, keep checking for it. Let me. I'll just click on Rotello and see.
Oh, there's a real collector's item if it's on the floppy disk.
I'm going through these records now, but I also I'll tell you a few records that you should have. This is one by Rave Masters on a D-Boy Black label, and it has a track on the Cyclone. That is a really good early track. That's also on a Tunnel of Terror CD, but it's a Tunnels of Terror mix from a Mysteryland CD. I don't know. Lady Dana is famous for hardstyle tracks, but she used to play Terror and early rave a lot. And you should check out that CD. I think it's Mysteryland 98, and it's the third CD, and it's by Lady Dana in the Tunnel of Terror. And she plays all these iconic Terror tracks, but also Schleihof, that's early rave, but she builds up the really fast stuff. So that's really, I highly recommend that mix. It's a really good one. What you should also check out if you would like to have iconic records is maybe check out the Hetzfock label, Italian label.
Oh, how about, here's a classic one. How about the Nasenbluten, the double EP, the Cocksucker, DJ Skinhead.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that.
The DJ Skinhead one. The double album has got lots of good tracks.
Really,
to say it was Nation, Industrial Power 94, that was one of the first sort of speedcore-ish things that came out around about 1994.
This one?
There we go, that one,
That's it. That's a classic one.
Everybody needs that tracks like Cunt Face and Blows to the Nose.
100% no soul guaranteed, and you also have a part 2 of this. I think you have another one, a brown one. That's the second one.
Well,
and it has
there's also the one Skinhead one with the double EP, and it's got
a broken sleeve to make it more stylish.
Exactly what my record's like. My sleeve for that track's the same as that's ripped in half.
Yeah. Well, they don't get up to abuse. Because remember, before a set, you'd be out there, you'd be like flipping through,
but
okay.
If you want to have different stuff that is not so easy to get, is a label called Joncolor Records. I think it's Australian or American, and it has a track on it by what's
the Japanese label?
No, it's the one with the barbarian thing on it. Well, it's mirrored now. I don't know. It's now mirrored my webcam. I don't know why, but it's called Junkalore. And there's a track on it called Crush Your Mind and TV3. You should definitely check that one out. I don't know how expensive this one is, but we should look it up. I'll share my screen.
Junkalore Records, Empire King is the sub-label. I don't see where it's from.
Wait, I'll open a new browser.
Which one is it? How's it called?
What's that?
How is it called?
1 second.
Terracore EP or something like that?
No. We'll check it out. Go to Discogs. And then let's see. I think it's TV3. No. Junkalore. Yeah, Junkalore Records. Are you guys still with me? Because I don't see you guys anymore, of course, now.
Yeah, you're still on the screen.
Oh, here we have it. S37. That's the thing. And oh wow, 3 for sale, starting from €55. Okay, that's maybe a bit too expensive, but you should really check this one out on that thing I said. And as you can see, you also have the tracks on YouTube. But that is really, really a good one. It has old Rotterdam samples, like Hey Dimitri, of course, and all that kind of stuff. And that is a really, really good one. The other track we were talking about was on the Speedcore label. Maybe, yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, The Need for Speed. And then the original pressing. This is the repress. Let's go on the limited one.
I posted on the chat. I posted the whole Yeah, number 1, Sonic Overkill, The Need for Speed. Number 2 was Mega Shock Force, Core EP. Number 3, Berserker, and Inextricable Zenith. Number 4, Sonic Overkill, Born in Hell. I think that's the best one of all of them. And then I remember 5 wasn't so good.
The Need for Speed starts at 9.16, so that's a little bit under 10 euros.
I think that's my favorite one, the blue one.
Let's see the one with it's called Born in Hell. That one.
Yeah.
And then the limited is that's 7 euros.
Oh man, I'll Be Watching You Die. That was a great track. I'll be watching.
That's not on this one. This is with Realiteit is Gewalt.
Yeah,
and
also
that one
great.
is starts from 7 euros, so you can get those quite easily. And it's from France.
So
you can
good.
get it. One from Italy. Oh, that's doable.
1997.
98. 98.
Oh, it says 97.
If you go to Born in Hell, it says 97. Yeah, I think it's the repress then.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if you click on it.
No, 97 is earlier because 98 is later.
Yeah, I see it. This is the one I have, and I have the black one. So I have the repress and I have the original. And here it looks red, but it's brown. Or is it red, or is there maybe also a brown one then? Because I have the brown one.
I think it's just different colors. Who is Elstack?
Oh no, it even says it here behind it. Brown here. Brown, limited edition. So maybe the guy's camera is fucked or something. Could be.
I think, because I remember I had that, but it wasn't blue. So there may have been represses.
You know what is really weird? You see here this list. I'm scrolling down. It says Speedcore, and under it, it has an epileptic mix. Oh, maybe he probably put it on that mix. Let's see. Yeah, he probably put it on there. Or not? Let's check. I don't see it. That's Power of the Bass. That's also a good one.
I've got an idea.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I see Sonic Overkill Power of the Bass, and that's not on Speedcore. That's on the Speedcore label.
Bass of overpowered up, bass of overpowered up, bass of overpowered up, bass to the climax.
That's on Terror Noise Industry. I have that as well.
At number 2, TNI 2.
I think so, yeah. There's also a really cool Drox track on there.
Remember mixing that. There's the part, it starts off with the part you can mix to. It fades out, so you can't really hear it. So then you kind of got
it is very
cross
slow.
your fingers that your records are still matched up, and then you can flip the bass, and then it's just beautiful track.
Yeah, it's a very that Power of the Bass starts really slow, like
bass of overpowered, like bass of overpowered, like bass of overpowered, like.
And that's a shame. I asked him once, like, why did you not make a DJ friendly more intro? Because the kick is really loud, and it's really nice track. It's a solid kick. That meant that kick has so many sub. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When you mix those, right before it kicks in, it goes down and gets really quiet, so you can't hear if you're on the beat still. You just got to cross your fingers, and then when the beat kicks, you're hoping that still on the beat, you can cross the beat over and take the bass out of one, put the bass in the other, and you're still good to go.
I found the Berserk. I found the GFP one, and it's on United Speaker Nation. It's on United Speaker Nation.
Okay. There you go.
But it's a nice record, but like we said before, some press companies were really shit back then, and all the USN records are terrible pressings. I think you guys can agree with that.
Pretty good. This had good quality.
It's really
good quality. That had a good bass
and
on
I even have a double. I have it twice. See. I have two of the same records.
That was my old double.
Okay.
There goes Speedcore. You cross over, goes Speedcore.
I also have one here by. That's also a really funny label. You should definitely check it out. It's called Brutal Chut. So Brutal and then CHUD. And it has a double pack with people like
shit,
Nas,
aka brutal shit.
Yeah, but it also has a double pack with Nas Bluten on it, like what's the track called? Mark Fish Terror, but also Berserker. And that's the Berserker track, I think, with all those samples that he used from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Would you like to suck my cock, berserker?
Man, do Berserker. Hey man,
Kijk,
do
man, berserker, girl thinks sexy.
No. You want to making fuck Berserker? Would you like to suck my cock, Berserker?
This is a really shitty record. You should never, ever buy this. That's Newcastle versus Newcastle EP. No, it's a good record.
Hey, Stinger, you probably got that one for free.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and then it has a sleeve. 80s and 90s breakcore. Well, that's not the right sleeve. But I think this is the one with.
Fuck me, Jordy.
But okay, but it doesn't say it on the sticker. It says, I think our track listing was, it says, and then it says, Paulie Suburban, Ultra Sore Neck, Ghetto Child, and Cock, etc. Mathematic. It doesn't say your name. It says your name here, but it doesn't say your track.
Oh yeah. Like one side is the Bloody Fist side, Newcastle, Australia, and the other side is GGM, Newcastle, England.
Yeah,
I
know, but it doesn't say the tracks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So Daft Minion wants to buy it. So if you have an extra copy, Smurf.
I don't have this. It's a really rare record. It's a rare record. I try to look it up, but.
The strange thing as well, my track Fuck Me Jordy, the first 8 beats are missing from the track. So if you try to mix it, you sort of mixing 8 beats in. So if you want to do a good mix with it, you've got to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then start the track. I don't know what happened there because I sent the DAT away, and the track on the DAT machine was perfect. But when it came to being pressed, like the first 8 beats were missing, which is.
Explain to the crowd what a dot tape is. That's really fun. It stands for digital audio tape, but explain to the guys what a dot is.
Okay, to make it easier, a DAT file is only for old people.
That's right.
Explain to the 2 people still listening.
So back in the older days when you made tracks, I used to make tracks on my Amiga. Nowadays you make a track and you enable it or something and you just export it to WAV.
Okay, I think you also need to explain what an Amiga is.
So Amiga's like a really old computer, where 8-bit. I don't know which memory Amigas had back in them days. I can't remember.
500 KB.
Was it?
Not gonna know what KB or 8-bit is either.
It was 516 kilobyte of space.
Back in my day.
Yeah, man.
So 8-bit Amigas.
8-bit, no shit.
Yeah. So anyway, when you made your track on the
tracker,
the DAW back then I used was something called Octamed Sound Studio, where it's a tracker program. So, and the screen went down, and DAWs nowadays like Ableton they go sort of along that way.
Yeah,
but these days they just went down like that.
Yeah, but it was filled with code. It looked like the Matrix.
Yeah, it was like. So, for instance, if you wanted to change the volume in a kick drum, maximum you had to type in a code. I think 0064 was the loudest, and then 32 was like half volume. So I had to put all these codes in, and if you wanted to change something else, you had to like put an F and then the number to change something else in that channel. I can't remember what it was now, but anyway, so you sort of had your kick drum going down there, your sample and your percussion. And in some DAWs you just had 4 channels. But I think Octamed Sound Studio 2 came out where you could have 8 channels. But it was still hard to make the tracks because you didn't have EQ, you didn't have compressors, you didn't have limiters then. So what you had to do, you had to put your kick drums in 2 channels. So you put a kick drum over here and all your stuff in the middle, and then another kick drum track over here. So the kick sounded loud. And then you had to record them to this thing called the DAT.
Yeah.
Which was it's like a cassette.
True.
But it was like a digital cassette. It was like the thing I had was like a miniature Walkman, about that big. So you had to plug that into the well, you had your Amiga computer that went in your amplifier, then amplifier, you plugged your DAT machine into that.
Yeah. So
you had to adjust the volume on the DAT machine to get the track the loudest it could be without going past 0. It took so many times, so many takes. Like
if it
went over 0, the whole track was fucked. So he had to like turn everything down again and do it again and do it again. Then he sent the DAT machine off to the pressing plant, but then press the vinyl from the DAT machine.
Yeah, but I think it were those floppy disks. You see it on the screen.
Wait, is it 1 MB RAM?
Yeah, and that was luxury. That was luxury.
Holy hell, 1 MB RAM.
Yeah, but the original Amiga floppies were like like half of it. And I've sent a video to I think it was to Glenn last week about the Secret Cinema guy from Holland. He made a track in the early days under Mang Syndicate. The track is called Sonar System. Yeah, exactly. And that was made on an Amiga. And there's a really nice interview of that on Music Express. That's a really nice channel. I'll put a link on it or go share my screen again in a bit. But that whole channel, you can see all these old guys talking. They do interviews and stuff.
So actually, this whole show is also old guys doing interviews.
Yeah, that's true. But don't run me, please.
We gotta throw some spice in the mix here. I'm gonna do a prize giveaway.
Okay.
So I'll do a CSR portrait thing. Okay, we gotta think of a question. What's a good prize-winning question?
Yeah, what's a good prize-winning question? What is DJ Plague's favorite track? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know that. Lots of favorites.
What's DJ Plague's second home? And I'm not talking about the Netherlands.
I don't know that either.
Oh,
I've got many homes.
It's warm. And you have tacos there. And
maybe Plague's best couch. Too easy.
By the way, Jody, your place is looking even more organized.
Yeah,
every time it gets more and more organized.
Pretty tiny, but why is
it looks better.
Why is
I must agree, it does look better now.
It's like an office now.
Yeah, but why is there nothing on the wall behind you, like a newer Dash Zero's
because
logo or something?
Because this is just our workroom.
Yeah, but put it up. Put something on the wall. It's really white.
Yeah, but the wife is sitting over now. Actually, there was like how you call it, something mounted on the wall, but it it fell down. You can see.
And that's a nice view as well, the wife. But I mean, there need to be like a nice logo from your stream or something, because you use that angle all the time, and maybe you can put something of the neon letters or like those fancy streamers have. Do it on the background there, a little bit higher. It will fit.
That's maybe a good idea. No, I could.
But then you need.
What about now interior decorations?
Yeah, but the wall behind him is completely white. Why not put something in the back? You know, on like something that is like involving the stream.
Because actually I.
Maybe warp zone or something.
Normally I am using this camera, but I don't know if it works now. No.
Hey, wait, Daft Minion's answering all the questions.
He's our loyal listener and viewer. He's the only ones left.
He said Mexico and Stinger's couch.
Oh yeah, Stinger's couch is already worth a price though.
A Daft Punk light on the wall. That that could be cool.
Yeah.
And paint the wall
like
green.
But
Green
with
screen.
your own, like maybe warp zone or something.
Ah, good.
As well.
One thing is for sure, this is only a temporary place and we only stay here for 2 years.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't mean that you cannot hang something up to make it more cozy.
Some disco lights, some visuals.
Oh, then the wife gets crazy, I think, because he's working.
Well, no, for disco lights it's not a problem because I have my hue lights here on top and there's like a different kind of.
And how much are they, if I may ask?
Okay, to give you guys a clue, in that corner over there I have 2 hue lights. In this corner I have 2 lights. Here on top I have like 5 of them. So
it's all UV lights.
All hue lights.
But the one on the side, the white one, is a natural white color, right?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
This is my Elgato Keylight, but
Yeah, a key light. But are they not like overrated, price-wise? I mean, they're
well,
really expensive. They're really expensive.
It is expensive. I paid quite a lot of it, but it works together with the Stream Deck, and it all works perfectly.
I use a Stream Deck as well. Yeah, that's really good. I wanted to sell it a while back, but then I started picking up OBS again. I was like, oh, this is actually quite good.
No,
yeah,
but,
your Steam Deck is quite good.
So you can control your UI lights with a Stream Deck?
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you.
Here, look.
Yeah.
Here there is one with you. And I can just set everything on here. And
You have the Stream Deck XL. I have the normal one.
I have the XL over here, and I also have the Mini over here.
Oh, the Mini I don't have. No, I have the one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys from left to right.
Yeah, you have the normal one. No, but I use a Stream Deck for everything. It's not even only for streaming. Just for your information, what I do with my Stream Deck, I have here like some Photoshop files. And if I click on it, then it just opens.
That's what I tried to convince him to buy one several years ago. Like, hey, you can make all these hotkeys for Photoshop, you know?
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Technology.
Hey, there's a question for you from Moloch. It says, how do you get this track, Stinger, the early hardcore farm, original tracks by Dr. Macabre?
Oh, wow.
You get that?
That's a funny one. I think that's the guy who wanted me to share it on SoundCloud, but to be honest, I had a bit of an argument with, well, it's not an argument, we kissed to make up, but I had a discussion with Macabre because he was not really amused when I uploaded it. I still have it because I put it on also on Mixcloud, and he knows that. I told him, but I'll show you. Oh, sting her. That's not good. Stinger in the shitter. What? Stinger Mixcloud. Is it this one? Oh, that's one. That's the one. So go to yeah. Well, you see the address, I think, or do you not see it?
Where?
Oh wow! I didn't share it yet. That's really smart. Okay.
Okay, we still got to think of a prize-winning question. That's not going to be easily.
But this
guessed.
one, this Mixcloud, I don't know. Yeah, just maybe I can copy the address in on the channel. Yeah. Okay. Here's the address, but I think on the bottom. I don't know. Is it? Oh yeah, here. Stinger presents the early hardcore Animal Farm. It's basically all tracks with monkeys and stuff shouting and all kinds of other animals getting
Old
raped.
Max Stinger had a farm. Boom, 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 boom. And a boom, boom here and a boom, boom there.
Yeah, no, it's a quite funny one. It says all these gimmicks like the first reverb. This is called the first reverb, and then you hear burp, burp, you know, like birds on the melody. And the one it's called instead of poltergeist, it's called poltergeist or something. I don't know. It's different names. And yeah, also the meltdown is in there, but all gimmicks. So it's like the MIDI files, but completely changed all the files into farts instead of melodies.
You accused Canadians of not taking it seriously. You said, "Oh, you Canadians, all your music is all jokes."
Yeah, well, but that's your country. That's the guys who made fun of CSR and called it resistant CSR. What is it? Canadian Speedcore.
Canadian Speedcore. I was thinking of, I was chatting with a knife hand chop a couple of days ago.
Chop.
We're talking about the England match. We were cheering for England.
Oh, there was no more cheering in the end, though.
No, but you know, it's the Italians won, and that was good too because there's lots of parties going on. So whatever.
Yeah.
I went downtown. There's two bars right beside each other. There's the Queen and the Beaver. There was a Donatella's beside each other. So the Italians and then the British cheering, beside each other. Oh, yeah. Felt kind of bad that England hasn't won it since what, 66? They came like they hit a goal post and it just really bounced out.
You you can blame the coach for that because he put 2 guys in there that were not experienced. The one guy was like 18 or something. And there was a guy who was like 30 years old. He had like so much experience, and he put him on the bench. What the hell? He should have taken that penalty. Come on, he knew that.
Maybe Glenn can answer this one. They started saying Supercat when they brought the guy in. Do you know what that is? Supercat.
Oh, I don't know.
They brought in the guy towards the end. He has kind of long hair. He had his hair back. And
the guy with the thing in his hair. Yeah.
He's
actually really good. He's actually good, but there was also this, with all due respect, that colored guy in the end. I think he was 18 years old, or 17.
Oh, yeah.
So much pressure, and he was also the last guy to take the penalty. And do you know how much backlash that guy had on his socials? The guy called him nigger and blah blah blah, shit stain. There was so much stuff that he.
That's why it's sometimes embarrassment. Sometimes we're embarrassed to be English because of the English football fans, because they're football dickheads. All the racist abuse to give the 3 players that missed the penalties, man, it's been horrendous. All the abuse they've been getting, it's ridiculous. And that's why sometimes it's embarrassing to be English. And that's why sometimes we pretend I'm Scottish.
Yeah, but the thing is that on Dutch television, you saw a lot of stuff before the game, and that was already going on for weeks. That there were like a lot of supporters, fans on the streets, and they said, "It's coming home. It's coming to England."
Oh, yeah, man, I'm sick of hearing that. I'm sick of hearing that shit.
You're all trash, blah blah blah. And Italians didn't say anything. They were like, "Oh, that's a really hard opponent. I don't know if we can win this because they play really well." And yeah, it was a match that went completely. It was the same level. England doesn't have to be ashamed of it. There's only one thing that kept them from being champions. You know, it's just one.
The team done well. It was a young team, and all the English players should be proud of what they've done. Just all the stupid, racist abuse they got at the end was just totally out of order and ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's
but also
English
the whole thing that of course it's fun to have like a little bit of a mess around, you know, with it's coming home and blah blah blah. But it went too far. It was like so far that people already said that we were going to be champions, and the game wasn't even played yet.
Hey, but by the way, do we even already still have something like for the competition? Because
we're not
I don't know how many people are still left there.
we still have 17 viewers here on Twitch, so
70.
17.
Oh, 17. And Ian said 2.
I felt like 2. By the way, for the record, I was wearing my Netherlands hat when I went to see the game. So even though they weren't playing, I was cheering for the Netherlands.
We left the championship like weeks
way
ago
back.
already.
Yeah.
We were already demolished weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think both countries deserve to win because they got in the finals and they did their best, and yeah, there's only one winner and one loser, so.
Okay, I might have a question, and that is maybe if you guys agree, how many CSR records are there?
It's not easy to answer.
It's easy because you can check Discogs.
Check Discogs.
But okay,
and otherwise another question: what is Smurf's new alias? Yeah, he did mention it already.
Rave Bomber.
Which one? He's got lots of aliases.
Yeah. And also, I'm doing lots of techno live streams now once a month. First Saturday every month I do a techno stream under the name of Victor van Stroom.
Oh, it's more like a question for the audience if they can answer now, but now you already answered it.
Spoiled it.
But DJ.
Oh, sorry, is that the competition question?
It's a question for the audience, but you spoiled it.
I was lying.
Beard, DJ Imitation Plague.
DJ Imitation Plague, yeah.
But
that one.
Smurf, but you also have another name that is with newer tracks and newer French code, right?
Yes, got a new alias called.
There is a new alias.
Yes.
Hold
on, is that the question, or should I?
No, don't answer it. It's more like well, we can use that as a question for the contest.
Yes, go on then. Yeah.
So Smurf, he also have another alias with newer tracks. because DJ Smurf is dead due to
looks kinda built up.
not able to do some real Smurfcore sets, but he is doing other kind of music under another name. And which name is this?
Pussy fucker.
So it could be an easy question if you are following him on Facebook.
Okay, here's a question for us. Who got the first point in the Plague vs. Smurf battle? I guess the very first one. Was that you hiding my records? Was that the first point?
Yeah.
Is that the one at the Maximede?
Yeah, that was, I guess, the very first Plague vs. Smurf.
Yeah. Don't know. Possibly
To go
me,
back
I
and
think,
watch
because
the
I
video.
probably started the battle. I
have
think
to
we
watch
just
the video, I
intended
guess.
to do I think we just intended to be back to back. Then I'll just pretend to kick you or something, then
Yeah,
hide
well,
your records or something like that.
that
Then
was
all
the
the
thing,
sort of
because-
fake fighting started happening.
Because all these so-called verses, it's just two guys standing there. It's like, well, where's the verses? There's got to be some kind of fight between the two people.
Yeah, true.
So why not play it up? Why not have a big show with it?
Well,
Especially if
actually,
everything was
one time I did had a good versus battle. It was really weird. It was on Thunderdome Decade, and there were two DJs playing. I forgot who it was, but it was two totally different artists. I think on one end it was Gizmo, and on the other end was somebody else playing really hard and faster stuff, and they were like really battling against each other. Like Gizmo has his own style, and somebody else had another style, and they just.
But did they beat match or was it just one?
No, it is beat match, but every time is the pitch was up, the pitch was down, the pitch was up, the pitch was down.
Oh wow! And was it not Dano?
Dano?
I got a story like that.
Could be.
The worst versus set ever was versus played versus Noisefucker at the Wall in Belgium, and basically I would play a track, and he'd just go and play his track, and I go and play my track, and he'd go and then finally he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." I just left. I was like, this is not a versus. It's just track versus track. So. Yeah.
It's like
That
a
was the
radio
worst
show.
ever versus-
So, but
that was the worst ever versus track versus competition or battle or whatever.
But the battles between you and Smurf actually made sense because you look like Gargamel though.
That's right.
Oh, maybe next time, because I guess Pandemonium. I don't know. I told Natasha, I don't know. Who knows what the regulations are going to be? I don't know if I can come over or not, or what's going to happen, because Canada's still very, not as bad as Australia, but all kinds of stuff. And so I don't know if I can come over. I said, well, I'll come over if I can, but there's Pandemonium. We're supposed to play versus at end of December, and maybe we should get like a big, Gargamel, me and Smurf.
Oh, wow!
Yes, yeah.
Have you got that one? You got that on your agenda?
I've not had nothing back from the guys since last year, November. or
Natasha
something,
put it
so-
on my agenda, so I guess it's back on. I don't know.
All right, cool.
Oh,
if
it's
we are
in December,
on,
right? Is it December?
late December.
Oh,
So
that
who
will
knows?
be okay. That will be okay because
They always say it's going to be okay, and then there's a new wave, a new variant, and a new
that's true.
lockdown, and blah blah
That's
blah. And,
true.
so, however,
More vaccinations.
I can go to the United States. I can fly from there, and fly back to the States and drive to Canada, and then avoid the whole hotel business that we got on there.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta pay
what's the situation there now? Are you allowed to go out again? There's a nightlife?
Oh yeah, we're always allowed to go out. I don't know the light. I never go to the nightlife here anyway, so.
No, but is there a
Not a
nightlife in
problem.
Canada now?
Oh, there's never nightlife, even in the best of times. Well, I guess there is technically, but not
Talking
worth
about
going
pubs
to.
that are open till 3 or something or 1.
No, they're never open till 3. They're open till 1 at the most. But yeah, I haven't been. Well, I guess it was like a year and a half ago in March that Akira was here, and I played a little party in Toronto. That's about all we have, like 20 people maximum. So it's not the worst thing to miss in the world.
Okay, but how's the thing there now regarding COVID? That's my question.
Well, no, it's very, very down. Like 5 people died in the whole country, but then all the regulations are still there. So you can't visit Canada. If you want to leave and come back, you got to pay $2,000 for a hotel.
Exactly how
and
they
all
want
this. It's like ultimate clamp down. It's like very very restrictive.
This is exactly how Canada wanted it in the first place.
Yeah.
Besides
However,
COVID. Besides COVID.
you know, they do give us good money, so I'm not really complaining a little bit, but not a lot. I still got to go to Mexico, so it was difficult to get back, but you know, it was still possible.
So, as we can see, there is nobody answering any questions to the to my question. So apparently, there's no prize giving out.
But you got to ask a question like, what number am I thinking about right now? Okay, everybody, what number am I thinking about right now?
69.
For it.
Oh, actually, Antique, he just answered it.
Oh my God, Daft Minion just got it.
He actually got it.
Daft Minion got it, 7. He's reading my mind.
Oh, no.
Okay, Daft Minion wins then.
Excellent.
No, but then again, Antique, he did answer my question from Smurf.
Oh, he did answer. Oh, okay, before Daft Minion got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
well, I guess
before.
that trumps it. I think Daft Minion, I think he's won before, so I don't remember if he did. Well, whatever. Both send me some photos, and I'll do a drawing for both of you.
Ooh, you both are lucky, Daft Minion and and Antique.
So both of you guys send me an email. You know before.
But why do you not
But
promote
anyway.
yourself a little bit more? Because you normally, we can talk about this a little bit, is that you do also art for that people can pay for it, right? If they need a logo or
I
something.
do, yeah, all kinds of art. In fact, even the art Smurf has behind him on the right, that's one of mine.
Like you're doing my artwork for my upcoming vinyl. I have a new vinyl coming up.
There are, just in our screen here, there are 1, 2, 3 instances of art that I've done. There's a Smurf thing.
Share the
there's
screen
this,
then. Share your
you
screen.
see it. I've got my screen here.
Oh, and by the way, also the Stinger selection is also from Ian, right?
It's our banner, the slip mats, and then the Smurf's face. That Jody?
Also the side view from Stinger selection, right?
A picture of Stinger, yeah, I did that one too. Oh, yeah. It's ubiquitous across the hardcore world.
Yeah. But what I try to give you the opportunity to make some bucks.
Make him the monies. So yeah, seeing at the time we are already half an hour past time, but this is really fun. But yeah, I will say Antique and Daft Minion, if you have me on Discord, just send me a DM and then I'll redirect you the email address of Plague. So congratulations with your gift, and otherwise Plague, he already sent his email address on Twitch.
Yeah.
So
is that a bad idea? Well, am I gonna get lots of spam now for penis enlargement?
Yeah, send nudes.
Send nudes, yeah.
Send dick pics if you want a good drawing of your dick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess this is the end of the show for today. Next month we'll be back with another edition of Legends. Oh wait, I actually have a sound sample for this.
Nice.
We have
Legends of
So next month we'll be back again. I don't know whose mixes we are going to listen to.
I'll do another one.
Yeah, for mixes.
Well, we already have one here and another one over here. So next month we are going to have 2 awesome mixes by these guys over here. So
Stinger, why don't we do this? Why don't we do a mix of our essential tracks that people should have?
That is a good one.
Yeah, we could do that, but they're all in various speeds. Then we have to do it like Ian had with Noisefucker.
Yeah, I'm sure I can think of something.
What you could also do is that you play a track and then you tell a little story about it, and play the other track, and a little story about it.
You can.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll have a chat
MIDI
and see.
style.
We'll have a chat and see what see if we can do something different or something.
Or you can be creative.
Or make the track. We both use Movavi, so you can always do when you play certain tracks that you see the track title in the very short coming up, and it's just a few minutes of extra takes though.
Or both of you can also do imitation plagues. Both of you.
Yes.
So yeah, to everybody out there, go check out linktree/CSR Terror. You can see it down there. And then you can follow the Facebook, YouTube. I hear this. It's a spreadshirt, I think, for the merchandise, and for the Twitch channel as well. And come over to the site discord.io/CSR Terror if you want to chat with us. So let's do.
I have to interrupt you. Did you get an email by Spreadshirt that maybe your password was compromised?
I already changed it.
Yeah, okay, but did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
That was really. I was terrified because I used basically the same password as I use a lot of stuff.
It's true because I have actually two different kind of spreadshirts, no, three different kind of spreadshirt sites, and I got all three of them.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
so they basically hacked the database, right, with all the passwords, the old passwords from 2014, right? So not the recent ones.
I think one of them is from pre-2014.
So yeah, if you have a Spreadshirt account, change your fucking password.
Yeah. So yeah, that. So let's do a quick shout out to Super Euro Jimmy, Vasbeer, Defmania 909, Moloch, DJ Candy Core Antique, DJ Plague.
Oh, Bosbeer is there. That's pretty funny. He's doing really well at the moment, if I have the right one.
Vasbeer 69.
What's that?
Vasbeer 69.
Yeah, there's I think he's, I don't know. I think there's one guy. He's from Belgium, right?
I have no idea.
Ask him. Are you from Belgium? Bosbeer.
I'm trying to close the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Vasbeer say yes, thanks, man.
Yeah, he's doing really well at the moment. He has quite some releases, and the tracks are pretty solid, you know?
Oh, and Dev Minion, DJ Plague actually knows that his site is down. We were actually talking about that before the show started. So I don't know who I forgot with the chat, but everybody in the chat that I didn't mention you, sorry about that because I got interrupted.
That's not there anymore anyway.
So yeah, hopefully see you next month again in Legends of Terror, and I'll say I hope you enjoyed today's show, and yeah, thanks for hopping by. So DJ Plague, Stinger, and Smurf, thank you very much for being our host for today, and we'll see you guys all next month again. So hey, see y'all. Hey, bye.
Bonjour.
nuclear explosions in history.
Oui, l'anarchie, plus rien. La terre lavée par le sang, purifiée par l'incendie, Après, on verra. Faut tout faire pour éviter le sang. Faut allumer le feu aux quatre coins des villes, il faut tout raser. Il ne restera plus rien dans ce monde pourri. Peut-être en repoussera-t-il un meilleur.